So, end of the season. It has come round fast, but it's the end of another football year, and it's time to give you a little bit of a season review. Throughout this year, we've had match day vlogs. We've taken you along, as we always do, on Keeping Goals, for my football season, showing you the highs, the lows, everything that's happened in between. And now that we've nearly come to an end of another year, it's time to look back, reflect on 2024, 2025, and how it went for me personally with my goalkeeping. This time of the year is something I'd encourage you all to do. Look back on your season, reflect on what you did well, reflect on what you want to improve on, and what you want to take into the next year. That's something that I've done, and it's something that I want to share with you guys in today's video. But make sure you stay tuned right to the end, because we have a very exciting announcement that I want you guys to be a part of. So anyway, season 24-25, what happened? Well, there's been 2 clubs, there's been lots of games, we've played abroad, we've played in England, there's been lots of saves, lots of mistakes, but I'm going to take you back right to the start. At the start of this season, I signed for Ashton United in the Northern Premier League, which is step 3 of non-league. Those of you that have been around the channel for a while, you will know that I've played abroad, I've played professionally, I've played in lots of different countries, but it was time for me to play again in England this year. And the season started well. The first month or so of August, we were doing well, we were joint top of the league, things were looking good, and then unfortunately, I lost my place in the team and had to spend a bit of time on the bench. It's something that happens to all of us goalkeepers at some point in our career, and we've talked about on this channel how you can deal with that. But whilst I was on the bench, I had the opportunity of a new club showing some interest in me, an opportunity to go and play for FC United of Manchester. Now, FC United of Manchester are a very special club here in England. They are the UK's largest fan-owned club. And as a club which grew from the roots of Manchester United, a club that my family have always supported, it was a great opportunity to play for a very passionate fan base and a very big club in non-league football here in England. However, the situation that I was joining the club in was pretty dire. I moved to the club in October. They just recently had a change in management, brought in some new players, including myself, but we were second bottom in the Northern Premier League and staring relegation in the face. And the very first game that I played for FC United of Manchester, away against Bamber Bridge, we were 4-0 down at half-time. A horrific performance from us as a team, and a point where I looked at it and thought, it's going to be a very, very tough year, and if we can avoid relegation, we'll have done very well. And down to a lot of hard work from the staff, from the players, we managed to pull together and go on a pretty good run. We moved up the table, we got into the top half of the league. At one point, it even looked like we were in touching distance of the playoffs. But unfortunately, for the last 6, 7, 8 games of the season, we ran out of steam, picked up a lot of injuries, and that form began to dip. However, thankfully, due to that hard work that the whole group put in, the whole club put in, we were safe from relegation, which if you'd have told me back in October, I'd have said that would have been difficult to achieve. But for a club the size of FC United, avoiding relegation is not enough. We wanted to be in touch with the playoffs, we wanted to be pushing to be up the right end of the table. And so those last few games of the season where we had poor results at home, defeats, mistakes, didn't feel like the right way to end the league. But unfortunately, especially in non-league football, a full season is tough. Physically, mentally, you're playing Tuesday, Saturday, continuous games, you pick up injuries, you have to try and stay mentally resilient. And unfortunately, we couldn't keep that good form going all the way through. And our final position in the league table was only 2 places above the relegation zone. Now, the league was not the only thing that we had to concentrate on with FC United. We were also part of another interesting cup competition, something that we brought you guys along to, called the Phoenix Trophy. Now, the Phoenix Trophy is a European Cup competition for semi-professional teams, with teams from across the continent facing each other, both home and away. And as part of the competition, we played Prague Raptors at home and away in Prague, and also Fans United from Montenegro, both home and away. After overcoming both of those teams, we now have the semi-finals and the final of the Phoenix Trophy coming up. So a great way to end our season, as we will be flying out to Italy to play the semi-finals on a Saturday and the final on a Sunday in the next couple of weeks. That's something that we'll bring you guys along for on the channel, and will bring an official end to the 2024-2025 season. Now, for me personally, this season has been an absolute roller coaster. From, like I say, being joint top of the league, to being dropped, to joining a new team, to playing well, getting man of the matches, but then to also not performing well, making mistakes. It has typified the life of a goalkeeper. I've played 40 matches so far in this season, which is the most games that I've played for a very long time, probably back to 2022 when I was playing for Piteå over in Sweden. And if I look at my own performance and I'm honest, I would say I was pleased with how I could contribute to the club pulling away from the relegation zone, but I also know that there were lots of games where I didn't perform at the level that I wanted to. I probably wasn't as consistent as I would have wanted to be this season. Like I said, I had good games where I played well, helped the team, got man of the match, but I also had games where I was making poor mistakes and I was costing the team goals. And as someone who prides themselves in having a consistent performance, that's something that I know I need to look at, learn from, and improve if moving forward. But as I say, that's something that you guys should look at with your own seasons. Reflect on it, look at what you did well, look at what you need to get better at, and see if you can put in some measures to apply during your training over the off season as you move into next year, so that you can level up that performance. Something else that I've probably been learning this year is having the mental resilience to deal with semi-professional football. As someone who's been lucky enough to play full-time football, I don't think people understand how much semi-professional players give to be able to perform at the level that they do. You often forget that these guys who are playing Tuesday, Saturday, training through the week, also have full-time jobs that they're completing back at home. And I am full of a lot of admiration when I see how semi-professional players can perform on match day, regardless of everything else that they have to deal with. The semi-professional leagues in England are intense. We get big crowds. There are some very good teams with very good players, often players who have had very impressive professional careers. So I would say for someone that has been away from the English semi-professional game for a while, it showed me and reminded me how much these players have to put into it. So I'd say that's something that I've grown in terms of respect for, how semi-professional players and coaches and staff involved with the club, how much time and effort they put in to help the clubs to move forward. But as I say, it's not the end of the season. We've got those 2 more games coming up in the Phoenix Trophy to round it off, and hopefully that can end the season with a little bit of silverware for FC United as well. But that video will be coming on the channel very, very soon. But finally, before we go, I told you there's a little bit of an announcement, and it's something that I'm excited to bring to you guys yet again. Because this year, as GKHQ, the goalkeeping training business that we are very excited to say that we have a GKHQ training day at Loughborough University this May bank holiday on the 24th and the 25th of May. Now, the Loughborough Training Day was something that we did for the very first time last year, where we had goalkeepers from across Europe joining us at some of the best sporting facilities in the UK for a day full of goalkeeping. And it was such a success that we wanted to do it again, but this time we wanted to make it bigger and we wanted to make it better. So with the birth of GKHQ this year, it is now the GKHQ Loughborough Training Days. We've already had a really impressive sign up with goalkeepers from across the country joining us for those 2 days. On Saturday, the 24th of May, we will be hosting our training day for goalkeepers aged between 12 and 17. And on Sunday, the 25th of May, we will be holding our training day for goalkeepers aged 18 and over. Now, these training days are for goalkeepers of all abilities, and boys and girls. So if you are a goalkeeper aged between 12 and 17, whether you're semi-professional or in an academy, or whether you're just starting out or just getting into your goalkeeping, we will be able to differentiate within the day based on the level that you're performing at. So don't feel like this day is not for you. And as I say, it's for boys and girls. Now, as a quick overview, the day will consist of all things goalkeeping: elite coaching on the pitch, elite coaching in the world famous power-based gym at Loughborough. We will also be having a special guest Q&A and lots more. And we can't wait for you guys to join us. There are just a few tickets left. We have 9 tickets left for the Saturday and 8 tickets left for the Sunday as I speak. So if you guys would like to join us for what I think will be the best goalkeeping weekend of the year, make sure you follow the link down below in the description, get your tickets, have a look at the more information which is on the website. But it's going to be all things goalkeeping in the best sporting facility in the UK, and we cannot wait. So hopefully I will see some of you guys there again. Really looking forward to it. But thank you for watching today's video. I hope it brought you some value. Hope you enjoyed my season review, and I hope it gave you guys some idea on what you can do to look back on your season and implement improvements ready for 2025, 2026. But we've got loads of videos coming. Make sure you stay tuned as always. But I will see you in the next one. Take care, and I'll speak to you in a bit.